I don't feel guilty, but I also don't feel rested.
That is the trap. It satisfies the anxiety because you're checking in, but it totally destroys the restorative benefit of the time off. You get the worst of both worlds. Okay, I want to start today by putting you in a very specific, very familiar headspace. I want you to picture a Monday morning.
Oh boy.
You're at your desk, the air conditioning is a little too cold, the fluorescent lights are doing that low-level hum that, just drives you crazy, and your inbox is already open.
I am already stressed. My shoulders are like up by my ears.
Good. Now, your coworker, let's call him Dave,
Hmm.
walks in. Dave has been gone for a week. He went to Hawaii.
Ah,
He
Dave.
is visibly tan. He's wearing a shirt that is maybe a little too bright for a corporate office, and he's holding a coffee.
Oh, I know this moment. It's the I'm back strut.
Exactly. And naturally, like three people rush the cubicle, they corner him, and they ask the only question you are allowed to ask in this situation.
How was Hawaii?
How was Hawaii? And this is where it gets interesting. The old script was, he'd just say it was great. But the new script is, it's darker. Dave doesn't talk about the sunset at Helikala.
Yeah.
He doesn't mention the, amazing poke bowl he had on the beach. His immediate visceral response is, oh my God, it was amazing, but honestly, I opened my laptop this morning and I have 400 unread emails. I seriously need a vacation from my vacation.
Ugh. I have heard that exact sentence. I think I have said that exact sentence. It's like a reflex.
It triggers a laugh every time, doesn't it? But it's a painful laugh. It's what we're calling the vacation guilt complex.
It really is the most American sentence ever spoken. It's that instant pivot from I experienced paradise to I am now suffering for it.
That is the core of what we're unpacking today. We are doing a deep dive into why the United States is arguably the only developed country where returning from a break isn't just a logistical hurdle, it's like a psychological crisis.
Yeah, and I'm interested in the why here. Because on the surface, everyone says they love vacation. We talk about it constantly. We plan it for months. But underneath, there's this hum of anxiety that seems uniquely American.
It is unique. And to understand it, we have to look at the system first. Before we get to the psychology of Dave and his emails, we have to look at the hard data. And there's one statistic here that usually just floors people from other countries.
Okay, wait on me.
The United States is the only developed nation with 0 federally mandated paid vacation days.
Wait, hold on. Zero. Like zero. Zero.
0.
So if I start a company tomorrow, legally, I don't have to give anyone a single day off.
You could have them work 365 days a year. I mean, obviously you wouldn't because nobody would work for you. The market dictates you offer vacation time. But there is no floor. There's no safety net.
That is wild when you compare it to the scoreboard elsewhere. I know Europe is generous, but how generous are we talking?
Well, let's just look at the breakdown. France, they have a mandated 30 days.
A full month. That's just standard.
Standard. The UK gets 28. Germany's usually mandated between 20 and 30, but culturally, it's often more. Even Australia, which has a pretty hustle culture in some ways, guarantees 20 days.
And we are at zero. So practically speaking, what does the average American actually get? Because, most people get something.
The average private sector worker gets about 10 to 15 days. But, and this is a really big but, if you are entry level or you're in hourly service jobs, you might be starting with 5 or even none.
So we're already starting from this massive deficit. But here's the thing that just defies all logic for me. Even with those 10 or 15 days, which is half of what a German gets, the data shows we don't even use them.
That is the unused days phenomenon. This is where the story shifts from, the law is bad to our brains are broken. Studies consistently show that more than half of Americans do not use all of their allocated vacation days.
See, pause on that. That is literally part of your compensation. It's like your boss handing you a check for $2,000 and you just ripping it up and saying, no thanks, I'd rather work for free. Why do we do that?
It's the invisible social costs. It's the fear factor. The research points to a few specific fears. One is the fear of being replaced. If the office runs fine without me for 2 weeks, am I necessary?
That's the irreplaceability fallacy. We all want to believe the building burns down if we aren't there to hold the hose.
Exactly. Then there's the fear of the mountain, the pile of work waiting for you when you get back. People literally calculate the ROI of the vacation and decide the pain of the return, the 400 emails, isn't worth the pleasure of the beach.
So the system is rigged against time off, but then we just internalize that and rig it against ourselves.
Which brings us to the psychology, because even if Congress passed a law tomorrow mandating 30 days of vacation, I honestly don't know if American culture would change overnight. We are running on a very old operating system. It's called the Protestant work ethic.
Ah, yes, the foundational source code of America.
It runs so deep. The basic equation is productivity equals worth. If you are producing, you are good, you are moral. So therefore, if you are resting,
You're suspicious.
worse. You're kind of sinful. Idleness is the devil's playground, right? This creates what sociologists call martyr culture.
I see this all the time. It's performative busyness.
Performative busyness is the perfect term for it. It's not just being busy. It's making sure everyone sees how busy you are.
I have a friend who does this. You ask him to grab dinner, and he doesn't just say, I can't. He gives you this whole monologue. Oh man, I wish, but I've been pulling 12-hour days. I haven't taken a Saturday off in 3 months.
Right. And how does he say it? Does he say it like he's complaining?
No, he says it like he just won a medal.
That's the flex. In this culture, exhaustion is a status symbol. Saying, I haven't taken a vacation in 2 years is code for I'm incredibly important. But if you look at it objectively, it's not an achievement. It's a failure.
A failure of boundaries, yeah. But we treat it like heroism.
In this whole mindset, it creates this cycle of guilt that hits you in 3 distinct stages. First, you have pre-vacation guilt.
That's the abandonment phase.
Exactly. You feel like you are screwing over your team. Oh, I can't leave now. It's crunch time. But let's be honest, when is it not crunch time?
It's always crunch time. That's how modern business is designed. There is no slow season anymore.
Then you have the during vacation anxiety. This is the inability to disconnect. You're physically in the Bahamas, but mentally you are still in a conference room in Delaware.
Which leads right to the post-vacation overcompensation. That's Dave. He comes back and works double time to pay back the debt of rest he'd just incurred.
It's so interesting you use the word debt. That's exactly how we see it. We view rest as borrowing time from the company, and we feel like we have to pay it back with interest.
And that guilt leads us to one of the most baffling concepts for the rest of the world. The working vacation.
This is a uniquely American invention. I mean, we need to define this. A working vacation is where you're technically at a beach house. You're wearing shorts. But from, say, 7:00 a.m. to 10:00 a.m., you are on your laptop.
Or you're checking Slack every hour just to monitor. I have to confess, I have done this. And the weird thing is, it feels like cheating the system. Like, haha, I have a view of the ocean, but I'm still being productive. I don't feel guilty, but I also don't feel rested.
That is the trap. It satisfies the anxiety because you're checking in, but it totally destroys the restorative benefit of the time off. You get the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, you're not fully working and you're not fully resting.
You're just inefficient at both. And Europeans find this insane, don't they?
Completely.
They find it barbaric. In France, they literally have laws about the right to disconnect. It could be illegal for your boss to email you after hours or expect a reply while you're on leave.
Whereas here, the expectation is you're always on. Smartphone is basically a leash.
Let's play this out just to show how subtle it is. A quick role play. I'll be your boss.
Yeah.
You're on vacation in a cabin in the woods. You're trying to disconnect.
Okay, I'm in the cabin. I'm looking at a pine tree. I'm relaxed.
But I see you're green on Slack. So I just sent you a quick message. Hey, sorry to bother you on your break. I know you're off, but do you know where that Q3 report is saved? Can't find it.
Okay, see, that's a trap because if I don't answer, I'm not a team player. So because I am an American martyr, I reply immediately. No worries, it's in the shared drive. Let me know if you can't find it.
Boom. You just open the door. Now I know you're reachable. So 10 minutes later, I feel totally fine setting. Actually, while I have you, can you just look at this slide deck real quick? It'll only take 5 minutes.
And suddenly I'm working. I'm editing slides in a cabin. My vacation is over.
Exactly. You satisfied the guilt, but you lost the vacation. And the worst part, you taught your boss that your boundaries are flexible. You trained them to do it again next time.
That's a key point. We teach people how to treat us. If we answer, we're saying, my time off is not sacred.
Which brings us to the most dangerous part of the whole cycle. You survive the working vacation, you get back to the office, and now you have to face the "how was your trip?" interrogation.
It feels like a social minefield. You want to be honest, but you can't be too honest because everyone else was stuck here.
There are strict, unspoken social rules for this conversation. Rule number 1, the time limit.
Keep it short.
Ruthlessly short. You have 30 seconds to 2 minutes, max. This is not a travelogue. Nobody wants a day-by-day breakdown.
That's so tough for people who actually had a great time. You want to share the magic.
Save the magic for your spouse or your mom. Your coworkers want the executive summary. Rule 2. Content. Highlight reel only. 1 or 2 points. And Rule 3, the most important one. Tone. Self-deprecation is required.
You have to, what, lower your status a little bit?
Yes, you have to soften the jealousy. You were sipping Mai Tais while they were in a budget meeting.
Yeah.
You need to energetically apologize for that.
Okay, let's test this. I'll be the returner. I'm going to do it the wrong way first. The way that gets me hated.
Go for it. I'm the coworker. Hey! Welcome back. How was the trip?
Oh, it was incredible. We stayed at the Four Seasons, you know, the one that's like $2,000 a night. Totally worth it. The concierge, Jean-Luc, was amazing. We did the 7-course tasting menu every night. Honestly, coming back to these office lights is just depressing. I don't know how you guys survived here.
Oof. Okay, stop. I physically recoiled. I hate you.
Yeah, I hated myself saying that. It felt so gross.
That was terrible. Too much info, bragging about money. You alienated the team by pitying them. Okay, now, try it the right way. Same trip, same joy, but filtered through the American office filter.
Okay, reset.
Hey, welcome back. How was the trip?
It was great. Thanks for asking. We hiked this really cool trail up the coast, which was beautiful. Honestly, though, I ate way too much pasta, so it's probably good to be back and eating a salad. How was everything here? Did the place burn down?
Perfect. A+. You see what you did there?
I pivoted to the food coma.
Ate way too much. That makes you relatable. You're flawed. I can forgive your happiness because you're suffering from a carb hangover. And then, crucially, you immediately asked about work. You signaled, I am back in the trench with you.
It's a really delicate dance.
It is. And since we have so few days, Americans tend to funnel their vacation energy into very specific cultural institutions. We don't have time to meander. We need high-yield vacationing.
You need maximum efficiency fun.
Exactly. So we rely on the big 3.
What are the big 3?
First, the road trip. The romance of the open road.
That is deeply American, the diner food, the weird roadside attractions. But it's also about movement, right? We feel better if we are moving. Sitting still feels like wasting time.
Spot on. The journey is the destination because the journey feels productive. You're covering ground. Second, the national parks. Yellowstone, Grand Canyon.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon? It's basically a citizenship test at this point.
It's a rite of passage. It connects to that frontier spirit. It's accessible all. And the third one, which fascinates me the most, Disney.
Oh, the Disney trip. The most stressful relaxation on Earth.
Have you done Disney? Adults discuss this with the seriousness of a military operation. It's not a kid's trip. It's a logistical masterpiece. You have apps, reservations 6 months out, strategies for line management.
It fits perfectly with our work culture. It's a vacation that requires a spreadsheet. We feel comfortable because we are managing our fun.
Precisely. We turn leisure into a project. And because these trips are so high stakes, so little time, so much money, we feel the need to perform them for an audience.
You're talking about social media.
I am. The Instagram performance. If a tree falls in the forest and you didn't post it on your story, did you really go on vacation?
It's all about the humble brag.
Let's decode the comment posts. You have the classic sunset shot. No caption, maybe just a wave emoji.
Translation: I am somewhere beautiful, and you are under fluorescent lights. Be jealous.
Then you have the grateful caption. A picture of you looking pensive on a rock. So grateful for this time to recharge and connect with nature.
Translation: I want credit for being spiritually deep while I brag about my disposable income.
It turns leisure into a competitive sport. Everyone is traveling except me. But statistically, most people are just at their desks looking at your post, feeling bad about themselves.
Yeah, it just amplifies that fear of missing out.
So, okay, I want to do a quick decoder segment for office small talk. Because people say things about vacation that they don't really mean.
Okay, hit me. What's the first phrase?
You tell a coworker you're going to Italy. They say, must be nice.
Oh, danger. Red alert. That is passive-aggressive envy. That is not them being happy for you. That is them counting your pennies.
Phrase 2, we're doing a staycation this year.
That usually translates to, we are broke, or traveling is too stressful, so we're just going to hide in our house and order takeout.
Which is an honestly valid strategy. Phrase 3, you get back, someone asks how it was, and you say, it went by way too fast.
That is the universal correct answer. You must always say this. Even if you were bored to tears and fought with your spouse for 6 days, you say, it went by too fast.
It validates the idea that work is long and vacation is short. Now, here's where the research gets really interesting. We are seeing a shift. The data suggests that Gen Z and millennials are starting to break these rules.
I've heard about this. They aren't buying into the martyr culture as much. They saw their parents burn out and they're saying, no thanks.
Right. They're introducing concepts like quiet vacationing.
That is a fascinating term. Define that.
Quiet vacationing is taking time off without formally telling your boss.
Ugh.
You just disappear a little bit.
Mm.
Maybe you wiggle the mouse so you show as active on Teams, but you're actually at the movies.
That is bold. That is a direct rebellion against the system. It's reclaiming time that the system won't give you.
It's risky, but it's becoming common. And then there's the concept of the soft life. Prioritizing ease over hustle. It's a rejection of the idea that suffering equals worth.
But there's a paradox here too, right? With remote work.
Yes. The remote work paradox. You can now work from the beach, which sounds like the ultimate freedom. But if you were working from the beach,
Yeah.
you are still working.
Is it freedom, or is it a trap where you never fully disconnect because the office is wherever your laptop is?
That is the big question. It blurs the line until the line just doesn't exist anymore. If you're answering emails from a cafe in Bali, are you really in Bali? Or are you just in a very scenic cubicle?
That hits hard. It suggests that geography doesn't matter as much as headspace.
So what does this all mean for us? I mean, we've unpacked a lot. The lack of federal protection creates a culture where productivity is morality. And that leads to the absurdity of the working vacation and the guilt of the unread email.
It really highlights that we need to be more intentional. The system isn't going to give up permission to rest. We have to take it.
Exactly. We have to build our own boundaries. So for you listening, here is the takeaway for your next break. Next time you go on vacation, whether it's Hawaii or your couch, do not be a martyr. Nobody is actually impressed that you checked email during dinner.
They don't think you're a hero. They just think you're stressed.
And when you come back, nail the debrief. 2 minutes, one highlight, and mention you ate too much.
Simple as that. You satisfy the social contract, you minimize the envy, and you get back to work.
I love it. I feel like I need to go book a trip right now.
Do it. Just don't check your email while you're booking it.
I can't promise anything.
Baby steps.
Thanks for diving in with us. Hopefully you can take a real break soon. We'll see you on the next deep dive.